Hi, it's Mal from Impact Comics here. Um, just a little update video. We've just finished up for the day. We've been doing mail orders today. One of our orders today is inspired me to do a bit of a video about something cool that we stock here. Um, so heading off to Perth today is an order for a couple of great big hardcovers, which are called Artists Editions. These are replicas of the original art that the penciler and inker put down before it's photographed for printing and before it's coloured. Some of it's before it's even lettered. These days, a great deal of art is done digitally. There's still a lot of traditional guys out there, but back in the heyday, some of it was amazing, and it's great to see these reproductions because they're full color reproductions. You can see where they've pasted stuff in. You can see the whiteout. You can see lines where they've completely changed their mind. There's little notes to colorists, all sorts of things like that. And these pages would fetch thousands of dollars per page. And these books are an amazing sort of reproduction, full sized, full color. You get all the little scratches and smudges and everything in there. And you get like full runs of stories, collections of covers, all sorts of different things in them. So they're called artist editions generally. A couple of different publishers make them, artifact editions, things like that. So we'll just run you through what we've got up here. So there we go. Artist edition of Dark Knight Returns from Frank Miller. So yeah, you get a collection of basically Miller's original inking. The covers don't really pick it up that much. This one's still wrapped in plastic, but you might be able to pick up in there. You can see where he's changed his mind and removed a shadow. This book's going to be full of that sort of stuff. I'll show you the inside of a couple in a minute. Frank Thorne's Red Sonja. Again, you get to see all the pen work and stuff, that all those little wibbles and wobbles in the line that get lost as it shrinks down. Kevin O'Neill's work on League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. He works some crazy details in there. You can pick up all sorts of little pencil smudges and that, and this is just the cover. Up here, we've got the Best of EC. You can see a Frank Frazetta cover there. The line work in that is just crazy. Basil Wolverton's Weird Worlds. Look at that for hatching. All of that. You got to get this scale to be able to get that sort of detail come out. That's amazing. We've got a bunch of Jack Kirby ones here. Jack Kirby's New Gods. John Byrne, Fantastic Four. Again, Byrne, you might be able to see where he's whited out around the letters there, if the camera's picking that up. Jack Kirby's Commandy, Last Boy on Earth. You can see how this is actually a different piece of paper that's been pasted on. That sort of stuff. So these are all the sort of details that get picked up inside. We'll come over here. I'll show you. Here's Kirby's Mr. Miracle. Now, obviously, the page this was photographed from had already aged a bit. You can see it is already starting to yellow. You're going to see a fair bit of that in the older stuff like this. So, yeah, Mr. Miracle, one of Jack Kirby's classic New Gods characters. You might have seen the more recent series. So you can see already right away in this blown up image here, you can see little tricks where he's removed a little splash of the reflection off this piece of glass by whacking a bit of white paint over it. These are sort of things that get lost when it gets reproduced. It just ends up being black and white. But yeah, you can see these whole pages here and notes here where he's corrected, checked out whether it was all right or all right. and all his work where he worked out how to lay out the page, the paste ups of the copyright information, where it was signed off. And again, this one you can really pick up the white paint where he's made corrections, and all his letter guides. Like, and this is the actual size that he was working at, so you get an idea of what size brush and what size pen he was using. These faces, granny goodness. You can see how there's this one bit of tape here holding this in place here, and his little notes at the top of what page he's working on. More little typeset notes that he was given to paste up in there. Again, you can see changed his mind about the shading in this area and painted it over white and redrew the entire thing. And here again, lots of guidelines and things still showing up. I'm not sure how much my camera's picking these things up. You can see a lot of the blue lines. The idea of the blue lines were that when it was photographed, the photographic method wouldn't pick up. Blue would show up as white, so you could work in blue lines in there and leave them in without having to erase them, and they wouldn't get picked up when they were photographed for printing. So look at this, full-size Kirby dots. The real deal. Kirby crackle. All the way through there. More Kirby crackle. Roy Lichtenstein would love to get his hands on that stuff. Now, every now and then with one of these things, there's pages that they can't get hold of the originals to do full colour scans, so they get what they can. This is one of those pages where you get a scan of the inks, but you don't quite get all the full colour yellowed pages and all the extra pencils and things like that. All this tone in here is yellower than the rest of the page because that's actually cut out and stuck on the page, either with wax or with some sort of glue. So yeah, we'll close that one up. And now we'll show you Mark Schultz's Xenozoic Tales. This thing's crazy. Schultz uses a line that's so fine that heaps of the detail gets lost when it's printed. Just put a little book plate in there. Oh yeah, I've got to zoom right out. This is, you can see the page size there compared to the Kirby one is it's bigger. Yeah, you can see his detail is crazy. These dinosaurs, the clothing. And again, all of this tone, it's all stuck in. You can see the lettering guides. And what's crazy is you realise the lettering guides are in there. There is so little else in stray lines. Every line is on purpose. You can see here he's actually pasted in a separate piece of paper for this lettering and then whacked a little bit of white paint in there to help it blend in so that the line didn't reproduce. So yeah, this has lots of detail that you won't see even if you get a print copy. There is so much detail in here that would have gotten lost in the printing. And then towards the back they add something really cool in this one. You can see here how all of the tone is really yellowed from the wax or the adhesive that held it in place. But up towards the back in this one, you get sketches of unfinished work, but also you get this cover image broken down, inks and colours. And here you can see all the preliminary sketches to work out the pose for this one. And here it is again. Inks and colours. There's an overlay. Even little notes here on how to do the flag. A biography of Mark Schultz in the back. So yeah, these things are, oh, I've got another one up here. Walt Simonson's Manhunter up there. Yeah, these things are super cool. If you're into the art in comics, you really should get into these. Yeah, that's all we've got in those for now. Yeah, feel free to drop us a line or comment below and let us know if there's things that you'd like us to show on one of our highlight videos. We're here restocking stuff all the time, mailing stuff out a couple of times a day. We're going to the post office at this stage. It's getting crazy. So thanks so much to everybody for ordering and letting us know what you're after. Yeah, if you can't find something on the website, hit us up, send us a message, give us a call. We might have just forgotten to put it up there. We've probably got it here. We can look up here. We've got the imps that are here working non-stop. We're opening the shop to the public for very short hours every day. But yeah, you can always get us on the phone, hit us up through email. If you hit us through social media, we will get back to you eventually, but it's a little bit slower. Yeah. Anyway, we'll go for now. Thanks for watching. I've got to work out how to put this stuff in a box. All right, see ya.